Hey guys, what's up? It's Clay Ranger 143 in beautiful 1080p fidelity, along with...
Redacted Girl 00.
God damn it!
Look at the store.
It's a lot, And
assuming my speakers and microphone don't blow up, Thunder Audio 1 with a little bit of music that's not copyrighted, but is technically copyrighted, but you know what, whatever. Fuck.
And guess what, guys? Radio Reviews is back in 1080p. Yes, 1080p. Yeah, finally 1080p. Because I'm using my phone to record this. Yes, my procrastinating ass finally got a phone to use in my videos. So I am no longer using my 720p Canon PowerShot. So, yeah, I'm going to plan on upgrading the SD card in this thing soon so I can get 1080p videos, like more space. So, in this episode of a long time Radio Reviews hiatus, we're coming back to it. On this episode of Radio Reviews, we're going to be taking a look at the radio made by RadioShack that basically looks like a television. The RadioShack 12-255. Made in circa 2001 to 2002, the RadioShack 12-255 is one of the most revolutionary weather radios out there today. Yes, to this day, it's still a revolutionary piece of machinery because there are a lot of features that this radio has that most weather radios do not have. And it's a very rare one, too. This was the last 12-255 on eBay for sale, and I finally got my hands on it.
Nice. Yeah, must be nice indeed.
So, yeah. Let's move the radio aside real quick.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. If I may interrupt for just 1 minute. So Albany just released a warning for a line of showers with heavy rainfall and gusty winds. You know anything wrong with that?
Hey, Raleigh issued a special weather statement saying
A shower with signs of weak rotation will affect Randolph and Guilford counties earlier tonight.
Yeah, but not only that, it says torrential rainfall is also occurring with these showers.
well, no shit, they're showers. But anyways, yeah. This radio was made in 2001, possibly 2002, and this is a very rare weather radio because, as you can clearly see, it still has the old style format of the box. It says 7-channel weather alert weather radio. Yeah, with the radio, with one R, and it's not spaced out. It's a weather radio. You got the Q&A panel in the back. What will I hear on a weather radio? Gee, what will I hear? Oh, you're going to hear the black guy from Family Guy saying, "It's going to rain." What is the advantage of NWR same circuitry? Well, the NWR same or no specific area message encoding is... Forget that. But anyways. Here is the radio itself. And let me get the box back up real quick. Just like it suggests on the box. And we'll get to this part right... Raider! Look at this darn Raider later! Alright, we'll get to this part later.
And what's this one?
But,
New March.
anyways, as you can clearly see, this radio, as Nicholas suggested over here, it looks like a complete television. It looks like one of those old style TVs. And yes, the buttons are right here. But anyways, so yeah, the radio is a very rare model. And there's not too many of them out there to this day. Most of them are either destroyed, malfunctioning, etc., etc. There's only a few of these working. This is a very rare example of one of those weather radios that if you take care of them, it'll last a lifetime. And since this was made in 2001... Yes, it is nice. Actually, they first came out with these radios in 2001, but as you can see on the bottom of the QC sticker, if it'll focus, there we go. It says it was made in March of 2002. And, yeah. This radio is like a brick, but it is shaped like a television. It has the volume and alert volume knobs on the side of the radio instead of adjusting it digitally with buttons. The speaker is located on the back of the radio, kind of how the alert works is. The antenna is located right here. There's the other side. And then there's the front. And by the way, I should mention this. The faceplate of the 12-255 reminds me of the 12-261. Just enlarged a bit. So, yeah. We're going to take a look at the quick features that this radio has. And also discuss some of the flaws that it has. So, without further ado, we're going to start with the button beeps and the siren test. Now, you're probably wondering, Clay, how do you do the button beeps and the siren test? Well, it's simple. On the 12-261, you have to unplug the radio or take out the battery and hold the weather button as you are powering it on again. Kind of like how the 74-200 does that weird glitch with the lights. It makes it go... whatever. But still. So you just hold down the weather button like this. And as you're plugging in the battery or plugging in the power adapter, it will take you into the user setup configuration. And this same principle applies to all weather radios made by RadioShack. Except for
I would just say, God damn, the flash on your phone is bright.
Yeah, I have that on just so the lighting is better. That's one thing I like about this phone already. Sorry for the glare, guys, but yeah, it's dark in here. So, yeah. Next thing you want to do is take out the plate that covers the buttons. And here's how you do the siren test. If you do the up arrow while you're in the user setup, it will do this siren. That beep siren is for tests. That's for required weekly tests. But here is the main siren for statements, watches, and warnings. It sounds like the Recom's ancestor. It's basically a Recom.
Sounds like a 260.
It does.
Really?
But yes,
Really?
that is the siren test. It basically sounds like a drunk Recom, pretty much. If I put the cover back on.
I don't think Recoms can drink any alcohol, Michael. They're weather radios.
But what does this sound like to you?
The 12250?
12250? No, the 12250 is faster.
Oh.
So is the 12260. But, yeah. That's how you do the siren test on these older weather radios. Made by RadioShack, of course. Any other brand, I do not know. But I'm going to put the battery back in. And now I have to set up the time and everything. And I have to set up everything. So this is going to take a while. But that's what happens when you do user setup. Next feature I would like to discuss is the screen. Now, this is a fairly large size screen for a weather radio like this. But, yes, giggity. But, yeah, here's the thing. This is a fairly large screen, but it allows you to read things clearly. It's kind of like the 12-262 and the 521. along with the 382. Yeah, along with the 382. Well, not really the alert works because that's a digital screen. What I mean by that is this is a dot matrix screen. The alert works as a digital screen. This is dot matrix. So, yeah, but the temperature is digital. As you can see, the screen is separated into 3 parts. This big rectangular area on top for the time, alert on, the low battery, alert off, and stuff like that. Which, by the way, I can demonstrate using this. That's the alert on-off switch, by the way. And I just...
That's off like the 1050 hertz tone.
It does sound like the 1050 hertz tone, actually. And here's the indoor temperature part of the screen, which is currently saying 78.6 degrees Fahrenheit. And here's the outdoor temperature, which says 48.4 degrees. Top of that, you have your statement, watch, and warning lights, which unfortunately cannot be lamp tested. But if I turn off if I turn off the flash real quick. Oh no, hold on. I don't think I can turn off the flash. Hold on. Wait, I think I can.
Oh, what temperature did you say it was?
Huh?
What temperature did you say it was?
48.4 degrees, and now it's just dead.
Oh. Right now over here in Trumbull, 63.
Damn! But anyways, as you can see, guys, it has a blue backlight. And no, my hand is not burning, or my finger's not burning from the flash. Oh my god, it's actually getting a bit hot. Holy shit! But anyways, it has a blue backlight, as you can see, kind of like the 12-262 and the 12-521. And no, I did not burn my finger. But it is getting pretty hot. How? I don't know. I guess I could cover it with this. Yeah, that works better. But still. Yeah. So that is the screen for you, and now we're going to go on to the next feature, which is the alert blocking. Alright, so the alert blocking is fairly simple. You just go into the menu, and this has the same arrow setup as the 12-261, and the 12-259, and the 522, so this shouldn't be an issue. So we're going to go into weather radio, and we're going to click tone defeat. This is where you can select the warnings, watches, and statements along with tests, which ones you want it to go off for and which ones you don't.
It's statements? I thought it was statements.
It says statement on the 255.
So RadioShack does that with the 255, but they don't do the same for the 261s. Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah, 255. The 255 says statement, not statment. The statment says... Statment is the 12-261's job. But still, you know what I mean? Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and start off with this. So, it has 4 categories: warning, watch, statement, and test. Basically, alert blocking, for those of you who do not know, is basically you can choose which kind of warnings you want this weather radio to go off for. Like, for example, coastal flood warning. I live nowhere near the coast, so that alert can be toned off. Not like they'll tone any anyway, so that's an alert that you do not need. Flash flood warning is something you do need. Flood warning, too. High wind warning, because I live here in the mountains. Special marine warning. I don't need that because I live nowhere near the coast. Or volcano warning. Winter storm warning is a must-have. Avalanche warning, not so much. Blizzard warning, yes. But yes. Whoops. Okay. Now for the watches. Avalanche watch, we don't need that. Coastal flood watch, we don't need that. Flash flood watch,
Which is soon to be extinct! Thanks, National Weather Service!
flood watch. High wind watch. Hurricane watch. Considering how I got that tropical storm warning earlier. Considering how I got that tropical storm warning earlier in the year, thanks to Hurricane Michael. That's a 50-50 for me. I'm going to keep that on for now. Severe thunderstorm watch. Volcano watch. We don't have volcanoes in the Carolinas. Statement. Flash flood statement. Flood statement. Hurricane statement. Severe weather statement. Special weather statement. Unknown statement. And pretty much keeping all the statements on. And test is just demo message and monthly test. You cannot disable the weekly test for some reason. You just can't. It's just there, automatically preset to enabled. You cannot disable the weekly tests.
And that's a good thing. So I'd rather be woken up at 3 a.m. for a weekly test than a special marine warning. Looking right at you, looking right at you.
I'm pretty sure they know already. But I'm just going to turn all of them back on. But, because, why? I plan on self-activating this thing once I get an iPod Touch. 3rd gen or 4th gen. That's why I have all of these on. Because I'm curious to see how they would react. But yeah, that's basically the alert blocking for you. On to the next feature. Okay, the next feature is none other than, excuse me, if I go in here, you guessed it, the thermometer. Yeah, the thermometer is the next feature, because this is a very interesting feature that really impresses me. If I go over here, past my bed, right over my 12262 and my 12382, open up this window, this is where I have my thermometer stored. And it still works. It has batteries in it and everything. This is the wireless thermometer, or sensor as they like to call it. This is the wireless sensor for the 12-255. This is what measures the outdoor temperature readings. What measures the indoor temperature readings are these little 3 circles underneath the watch light. That big circle in the middle of the 2 little circles, the one that looks clear, that is the indoor temperature sensor. Just like on the outdoor temperature sensor. You can see there's a little bit of droplets on it, but that shouldn't affect it because RadioShack did say in the owner's manual for this thing that this wireless thermometer is sensitive to water damage. But it cannot survive direct shower sprays. So it has its limits. But it will be immune to slight rain droplets or moisture or anything like that because this is a sensor built to last. And if it's lasted this long, I'm pretty sure it's proven its point. But this thing is pretty accurate, if I do say so myself, because if I leave this thing out here, right now it is cold, naturally, because it's already November. It's cold outside, guys, and this thing is surprisingly accurate, because if I bring it over here, if I bring my weather radio over here, not to leave you guys out of it, but I'm bringing my radio here for one quick second. If I look over in the bottom right corner, you can clearly see that it says 50.4 degrees, but earlier it said 48.2, I believe. I'm not sure, but probably because I brought it in here for a bit. But yeah, as you can see, it is continuously, it just rose up to 51.6. Hey, I'm lucky. The indoor temperature sensor is saying 77.7 degrees. No joke. No joke. It's saying 77.7 degrees. I must be lucky tonight! But anyways, as you can see, it is clearly reading it. And there is one thing that you can do on the radio. If we go into temperature and click remote, the remote has 3 separate channels. The remote has 3 separate channels that you can program it on. Channel 1, Channel 2, and Channel 3. I have it set to Channel 3. But there's like a little switch inside the battery compartment on the thermometer that you just flick with your finger. And it will detect temperatures on that specific channel. So there won't be any confusion. Another thing that I find interesting on this weather radio is the fact that you can reset the minimum or reset the maximum temperature. Because, let me tell you something. Radios like these, you got to keep them because there are not many weather radios like these out there today. This is one of those radios that RadioShack said, okay, we're going to make something that is so revolutionary, people will become obsessed with our products. But even though it does have its flaws, which we will get to in 1 second, this radio is a revolutionary brick. Because not only can it save your life from tornadoes and stuff like that, it has a thermometer, which means it can tell you an alternative way of how the weather is going to be. It may not be that fancy like the Accurite weather stations are, but for a basic thermometer station, it's pretty much all there. I mean, this weather radio really does a good job at tracking the temperatures, just like it says in the box. Now, if I get the box over here real quick, the temperature sensor takes 3 AA batteries. I'm using some rechargeables now. If I take out the bubble wrap, and here is the owner's manual. If I go over here and... Okay, where is it? Programming the temperature sensor is on page 15. Okay. Testing the weather radio, you see that? Pause it if you want to read it. But anyways, programming the temperature sensor. There you go.
Are there actually reasonably priced 12.519s up for sale on eBay?
Wow.
It's about damn time and something into these sellers' souls.
Right. But anyways, if the weather radio loses power, all stored temperatures are lost. Yeah. But it should say something about the sensor. Because the sensor, it did say that it is slightly resistant to water damage. Somewhere it said that. I'm trying to find it. Can't find it, but it is there. It did say that it is resistant to water damage. But yeah. When this weather radio first came out, I'm pretty sure RadioShack knew what they were doing, but they did skip a lot of crucial points. Which, by the way, we will start to get to right now. Even though this weather radio is old and rare, it has its flaws, like everything does in life. So we're going to start with one of many flaws that this weather radio has.
It's not in B. Beige radios' lives matter.
God damn it, Nicholas.
But anyways, we're going to get into one of many major flaws. Well, not really major, but you get my point. We're going to get into one of many flaws that this weather radio has. And we are going to start off with the antenna. You'll see what I mean. Okay, the antenna. Here is what's wrong with it. Yes. The antenna is about the same size as a version 5. Or close to that. Hey, phew! Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you, Radio and Nicholas. Thank you. But...
You're gonna...
And you too, Katie. You sweet pea. But by the way, this antenna is about the same size in height, that is, of a version 5 WR100. But here is the problem with it. It can tilt left and right. But here's the problem. Oh, it does it. Wait, well, yeah, you're right. here's the problem. It's not a telescopic antenna. Yeah, a radio made in the 21st century. It does not have a telescoping antenna. Look, it's just a big metal plate. It can only allow the antenna to go from side to side. Oh, shut up. But anyway, it can only allow the antenna to go from side to side. It doesn't rotate. Like, this is telescoping. This is telescoping. You can rotate it. Hold on, let me focus this damn thing.
That sounds so wrong.
Need I say more? This is telescoping. This is a telescoping antenna on the AlertWorks. Look, the AlertWorks, you can rotate it. The Recom is telescoping. The 519 is telescoping, but it has an external antenna on at the moment. And I gotta get this very sparkly pumpkin out of here. By the way, it looks really cool with the flash on, but anyways.
Hey, just donate it to the shop. They won't tell the difference.
Exactly! The first alerts antenna is telescoping. It's the Sangean, the WR120 with the fuzzy buzzy mark. The buzz. Both WR100s. The 996, the 991, the Yanadin. The 74210. The zone guards are guilty of the same thing, except the antenna can't even go side to side. It's stuck there. Because they're 200 bricks of shit.
Hey, don't talk crap about the zone guards. They'll haunt you at 3 in the morning.
This is the shit I have to deal with. It's bad enough North Carolina already mocked Tennessee today with our RMT. Now I gotta deal with the deviousness out of you. And you, radio. And you too, sweet pea. Rick?
Hey, at least you caught the IWT. I fucking missed it.
I meant to say RMT.
I just called a monthly test a weekly test. Wow, that's a knack.
So now a required monthly test is a required weekly test, and a required weekly test is a required monthly test?
Hey, you're guilty of the same thing. You did that in one of your compilations.
But anyways, back to the antenna. Yeah. It's not telescoping, it's just this big metal slab in the way. That's all it is. It's pathetic. Like, come on, RadioShack. That's one thing. That's one thing that ruins this radio's purpose. Like, I get it doesn't have that much space, but you could have made a raised area for the antenna specifically so it can telescope. Why couldn't it be like the 12261? Or the 12382?
Wait, is that so it can telescope? Does that mean it can look into space and look at all the stars? Just kidding. That was a bad joke.
I'm not going to say a word. But, yeah. Behind the speaker, but still. Yeah. That's one of many flaws it has. The second flaw, by the way...
Ooh, look at that funnel in Seminole, Florida.
Here is the second flaw on this weather radio. So let's go ahead and get down to that. And that would be this plastic piece of shit that covers the buttons. Okay, the button cover. I know it's for cosmetic improvements. I know it's cosmetic only and it doesn't really matter. But if you're like me, this gets in the way. Because what if a warning got issued on another channel? Let's say you had this weather radio on channel 1, and you wanted to switch over to channel 6 or channel 3 real quick, or even channel 2 or 4. Let's say a civil emergency message got issued on channel 2, okay? and the radio is on channel 1. Without your knowledge, the CEM got issued over channel 2. And after you just saw it on AEM bots, you quickly go over, and let's say this is the only weather radio you have. You quickly go over to your 12255. It'll take extra time to take out the buttons, the button cover. Go into weather radio and select it to channel 2. By the time you do that, if you're not quick enough, it won't activate. Again, not that it matters, just pointing this out. I don't know why they put a button cover on there. They could have just... You know what they could have done? They could have left it like this. Without these three, this would not be a separate piece. They could have made this one whole piece and just left the buttons on the outside like that. It didn't have to be hidden by a piece of plastic just to make it look fancy. And not only that, some people have lost this piece of plastic. And the latch has even broke off on some of them. So, you gotta make sure that you don't break it or lose it. Because otherwise, it's gonna be looking ugly without this cover on. And here is another flaw that I would like to discuss. Let's move on to that one, shall we? And this also applies to most Midland weather radios. The Alert Works, the Recom, the Sangian, the First Alert, the Zone Guards, any other radio besides RadioShack. Except for the 400, it has no signal loss indicator. Yeah, no signal loss indicator. Because what?
Actually, I was gonna say the 120 technically has it. It's just the NOAA weather radio level will just blink, and it'll stay solid if it's perfect reception. Just figured I'd correct you on that.
Yeah, I know, but still. But it's not that visible, like with the lights. That's what I mean. It has no signal loss indicator. Nor does it have it doesn't even have a transmitter icon on the side of the screen, like most RadioShack weather radios do, to tell you if you have a good signal or not, like the 993 or the 522. It doesn't have that, because they had to save space for the thermometer. Not only that, but the lights don't flash either, like the 519 is doing right now, or the 991. Look at the 991 right now. It's flashing its light. I don't know if you can see that, but there you go. The 519 is flashing. Unfortunately, but still. The 519 is flashing. All these weather radios are saying check operation because of the horrible look at signals I've been getting. Especially you. And you too. Even this is saying check operation.
7-8 wrongly Durham. Knoxville reported 47.
Somewhat of a good signal. But still.
Thursday, mostly sunny. Highs in the partly cloudy.
I don't know why I just did that, but yeah. This weather radio has no signal loss indicator, so if you think this weather radio has a good signal, it won't. When it doesn't have a good signal, it will not tell you. I personally, in my opinion, find the signal loss very, very, very informative. Because it can tell you whenever the signal is bad or out completely. Because that will make you take action, right? But this one doesn't tell you. It's that lazy.
Just like Trump, it's lazy.
Enough with the political shit. But anyways. Yeah. Why did they not include a signal loss reminder or indicator? I will never know. But I do know one thing. It's RadioShack.
It's RadioShack. They're the same fuckers who forgot to put the menu... No, not forgot. Who intentionally did not put a fucking menu button on the 12991 and the 993. They're the same motherfuckers who completely forgot about that. and use the select button to get into the fucking menu, because Radio Shack is just a company that was put together by a bunch of fucking devious steves who didn't have the fucking common courtesy to put a goddamn menu button on their 991 and their 993.
End of story.
Good impression of me.
You're welcome.
But anyways, let's move on to some of the good features. And I'm sorry for the cancerous re-stee shit. Next feature, and possibly the last feature, is the speaker quality. Now, for a speaker being on the back of the radio like the AlertWorks EAR10 is, and considering how old this weather radio is since it was made from circa 2001 to 2002, this should be a pretty interesting thing to discover on this weather radio. So let's go ahead and raise the antenna, and let's go ahead and take it to my other side of the room, where I can actually get a decent signal. So let's go ahead and change it to the channels, and let's take a listen.
Partly cold fog in the morning. Sunny. Highs in the mid-50s.
Channel 1.
Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Sunrise tomorrow is at 7:47 a.m. This is the NOAA Weather Radio, all hazards. KHC 27
Channel 2.
Clear and cooler conditions move, and for the weekend,
Channel 3.
a series of storm systems will bring a return of unsettled weather through the middle of next week. This is NOAA Weather Radio, all hazards. WMG 538, which brings the month.
Channel 4.
Today's high temperature of 67 degrees occurred at 2:22
KJY 85.
The pressure says chance of showers. Low.
That is the speaker quality, and it sounds really nice. Bit tinny. Sounds a bit tinny, but still. It's from 2001. Oh. And there's also one more flaw that I forgot to mention. And now we'll get to that as the last thing in this video. Oh my goodness. RadioShack has been known for their stupidity over the years. But this is even more stupid than I could ever imagine. This is what it is. The portable weather radio lineup made by RadioShack. The 12-259, the 12-522, the 12-993. None of them come with an AC adapter. But it's for a portable weather radio, and I can respect that. But Midland provided one. But RadioShack only provided the radio. No batteries. You had to buy it yourself. But this is a desktop home weather radio. It's not portable. You guys can probably see where I'm going with this. RadioShack.
It can come with an AC adapter.
RadioShack did not include an AC adapter with the 12-255. They did not include an AC adapter. It doesn't come with one. It doesn't come with a battery. Doesn't come with an AC adapter. Doesn't come with any accessories. You have to find your own AC adapter and find it yourself. How stupid is that? Because if you're buying a weather radio that's going to save your life, include a fucking adapter with it. Don't just leave it out like it's something under the sun that's not important. Like, seriously? A big weather radio like this does not come with an AC adapter. Here is the head for the AC adapter, by the way. It's a DC 9 volt. I think it's the B head? No, not B head. This thing is much bigger than a B head, because the B head is on the 12993. But yeah, it's just a regular 9 volt adapter. But it doesn't come with one. luckily, just my luck, I managed to supply my own 9-volt adapter. Here it is. And it fits. It's the right voltage, too. It fits perfectly. That's what she said. But that's besides the point. The fact that RadioShack did not include an AC adapter with such a big desktop weather radio like this that is meant for everyday use with a thermometer, for God's sake. A thermometer! And a big-ass screen. Do you think it's going to last long on batteries? No. It needs an AC adapter. So the fact that this weather radio, along with the 12255, well, that's the 12255, 12259 I meant, my bad, along with the 12259, the 12522, and the 12-993, the fact that it didn't come with an AC adapter is just absolutely ludicrous. Because, seriously, what planet were they on when they thought, we're just gonna not include an AC adapter because who the fuck needs that? RadioShack, I sigh in frustration and I just facepalm at that thought every time.
Oh, before you end that segment, not to put you on blast, but I'm still waiting for that RadioShack adapter you were planning on sending me.
Oh, yeah. I still gotta ask my mom to send it. Still. I don't know why. I don't know why she hasn't sent it yet, but that's besides the point. Huh. In case you're wondering why I'm sending him a 12262 adapter, my spare one, his adapter for his 2004 261 died. So...
And it was an off-brand adapter as well, so there's that.
So... yeah. So that's pretty much it for that part. So in conclusion on this rare RadioShack weather radio, the 12-255, it does do the job. Regardless of the flaws it has, it does do the job. Perfect weather radio for starters if you can manage to find one of these. These things are about a fraction as rare as the black and silver and the WX500. The Uniden Bearcat WX500. This radio does continue to serve its purpose. Some other EAS enthusiasts actually have this weather radio. And I hope that the weather radios they have, the 12255s that they have of this, I really do hope that their 12255s are still in perfect working condition, because if this thing ever dies on me, and if this thing never dies on anyone, it's going to be a real tragedy, because these weather radios are just absolutely rare as hell. Kind of like how the Bearcat and the black and silver is. If those radios ever died on any of us, that would be a really sad day. But even despite all the flaws it has, it is still an amazing weather radio. It does the job right, has a lot of cool features, and I hope that this thing will last for many, many years, because this radio is 17 years old like I am, and I hope that it continues to live on very long. So, quick shout out, by the way, to Little Miss Devious, the Fuzzy Buzzy. If you are watching this part of the video right now, but anyways, kind of like how I did it with the purple light, like I have it on right now, and for the purple hearts on the WR120. So, anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Comment on it. Subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure to subscribe to Radioactive Girl 00, Norfolk Southern Storm, Little Miss Devious, and Thunderbuddy 01. They all provide
and NorCal 599, even though he's not here.
Yeah, him too. Because they all provide amazing content. More of the shameless self-promotion? Anyone? So,
Eat.
eat. So, all right. I guess we'll conclude this video. So, this is assuming everybody is still here. This is Clay Ranger 143 signing out along with Radio. Rip,
What?
bitty, rip, 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 rip.
Number Southern Storm right here.
You know what? I'll say her name for her. I'll say her name for her. This is Clay Ranger 143 signing out along with Radioactive Girl 00 and
Norfolk Southern Storm.
And you can tell by my voice who the fuck I am.
Thunderbuddy what? And we shall see you guys in the next video. Yeah, Sharpie.
Kyle Busch.
Sharpie, Kyle Busch, Borla Mustang, Expo,
Milwaukee.
Eton, Zone Guard, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Upton,
Pittsburgh.
Hanford, Greenville, Spartanburg, Pittsburgh,
Tom Brady.
Albany.
Washington Tedskins, Pittsburgh Petealers, and